Hello, everybody. This is a super impromptu live video. I originally was going to just do this as um, like I was trying to pre-record something and then upload that. And you know what? I decided we've been doing all these live streams, and I love it. And I don't I don't know if anybody, however many people will tune into this, if anybody does or anything like that, but you can always watch it back later. But I felt like I didn't want to get to midnight and not come in here and just say thank you to all of you so much for your support in 2023. It has really meant so much to me, and I feel like I was trying to record a video to do it, to upload, and it just wasn't, it didn't feel, it felt like I was like, it was stilted. It wasn't natural. It wasn't what I wanted it to be. And I was like, you know what? I just got to go live, and I've got to do it with everybody in here and just say, speak from the heart and everything like that. So I just want all of you to know, anybody who ever watches this video at any point, it really does mean the world to me that you were all here in 2023 or before, and any of you who are here in the future or anything like that. But thank you so much for that continued support. Just emotionally, professionally, all that sort of stuff. It's been a rough year for me, in many ways. I don't end this year and think to myself, wow, what a terrible year. I end myself this year, I end this year, not ending myself. I end this year thinking that I am an incredibly blessed and fortunate individual, to have all of you here, and to have friends and family that I have with me this year, and be able to spend this New Year's Eve, and tomorrow is my birthday, January 1st. And be able to spend that with some of my loved ones and some of these incredible, amazing human beings. It's just something where I feel incredibly honored, incredibly grateful, incredibly blessed to be able to do that. To have even um, bumped up against any of you, emotion, spiritually, whatever. It just really has been incredible. And I am doing a video about my entire time here in Milwaukee, so there will be another separate video where I'll probably mention this, that I did this. But a couple of times today I tried to start this video to just make sure I did something. And I just I wanted to make sure that I came in here though and said to all of you out here, that are just like, you just, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say. But I am here in Milwaukee. So for a lot of us East Coasters, who it is about 11:30 right now. I'm only going to do this for a couple of minutes. So I'm going to do this for maybe like 15 minutes. I know a lot of East Coasters are getting close to midnight, and then for me, it's another hour and a half right now. But because I'm in Milwaukee, I'm at my best friend Kim's house, and her and her husband have thrown a party with some of their friends, and it's been wonderful. There's been some amazing food here. Listen, there was an elote corn dip, there was dinosaur chicken nuggets, there has been cocktails. There's a charcuterie board. I know there's a cake coming up. I got given to me. You can see it right here, right there. Sorry, I'm doing this in the reverse. This is a Ryno onesie. I'm going to wear that after midnight. I said I was going to stay this. So this was my outfit for New Year's. You can kind of see it's a little sparkly. I've got the gold shoes. I had this big, hold on. You're just on my computer, so it's not the normal quality, but I had this, this big jacket. I said, my whole thing was this tonight. I said, anytime someone said, "Oh, I like your jacket," I said, "Oh, you've been messing with my girls down at the corner." I know that's terrible, but that's what I've been saying. So, no, it's been really lucky, and I just want to, or not, it's been really lucky. It's been really fun, but it's the closer it gets to midnight, I would feel remorse if I did not acknowledge all of you out there in the ether, the internet, the whatever, and just say thank you for everything, because really, you guys, guys and gals and everybody, you give me reason. You give me something fun to plug into, something that's not work related, and things like that. And just you give me a network, you give me a community, you give me a lot of things. And I feel like, when we get to the end of the year, and I know mentally for some things, because time is obviously a human construct. So The reality is that the sun sets and the sun rises, and they're just two different days, and it's not significant. But for me, because my birthday is January 1st, it feels sometimes like there can be an extra weight because it is like the end of one thing, the beginning of another. But I was also like born on this day. So it's like the beginning of a year, and it's that extra, like, people who were born on January 1st, you're the same age every single day of the year. And nobody else can say that except for somebody born on January 1st. So there's like this element. I know it's like cheesy or weird, but like a responsibility. I don't know how to say it, but like a extra weight attached to it. And I'm not one of those people that gets like super like, well, whatever. Like, honestly, for me in the last couple of years, it's been a very it almost feels so chaotic and so busy so much this time of year that sometimes I forget my birthday is even on New Year's Day, and sometimes that makes me a little sad, because I feel like I treat it so much less than anything else. And like, we should celebrate our birthdays. We should celebrate every year that we've made it that much further, right? Like, we keep going. And I just want to say congratulations to all of you that made it through this year into a new year. And I want to share this thing that I do every year that I feel like, maybe so a lot of people, they'll do New Year's resolutions. And I used to do New Year's resolutions. And then when I was working at Disney, I worked at the backlot tour, and I worked with this woman, Trish, and Trish was great. I love Trish. She was so funny. Um, she told me one time about this thing that she does every year. So they don't do tradition, or not traditions. I'm sorry. They don't do resolutions, because resolutions sometimes I feel like are, and kind of like how she said it to me, but resolutions are sort of a thing that we overcompensate. We overdo. We sort of like, it's like too much, right? Like, it's like you're setting yourself up for failure. If you're like, I'm going to lift a 100 pounds today, but I've never lifted more than like 20 pounds all year. Why are you saying you're going to lift 100 pounds tomorrow? That's not how we do it. That's not how we do it. So here's what I do. I don't do resolutions anymore. And for the last like 10 years, I've done this instead. Maybe like a little less, but around there, like 10 years. Trish told me this. We pick a word. We pick one word. So you got to think to yourself. So you still have time, because anybody in the United States or on the northern, like the uh, North American continent, I think you still have time. Is that we pick one word. Think about it, and you're going to think about the new year. What's this one word that you're going to work on? So it permeates throughout the whole year. It's not a resolution. It's just a permeation that digs down deep into your soul, into your character, into your behavior, into all these things around you, right? Okay, so every year since I've learned this, I try to pick a word. And I've been thinking about it for the last couple of weeks. And I think for me, this year, um, hold on one second. I have to double check one thing because I don't want to misspeak. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I think this is important, and it's a great thing to think about. But I told myself I'd look this up. You know how sometimes you call one song another song, and you're like, nah, that's not it. Okay. So in I think my word this year for me is going to be the word release. All right. So I am very guilty of never being able to, like, I always feel like there's this like thing right here, my shoulders. Like, I carry so much with me. I've spoken about before. I mean, I'm definitely hypersensitive. There's no question about that. But like, I am, I am just sort of like an emotional sponge. Like, if you're in a room and that expression, like walking on eggshells, I can feel it so much. It's a lot, and it can be a lot. And I soak some of that up. I also, in turn of that, I feel responsible for so many things. Like, because there are emotional vampires, because there are people that prey on that sort of a thing, like, it can be a lot. And so for me, I was thinking the thing I really want to work on in 2024 is release. Like, I want to be able to release stress. I want to be able to release the reason why I had to look up the song is because it was Beyonce's Renaissance album, and I just wanted to make sure that "Break My Soul" was the name of the song. But in "Break My Soul," in Beyonce's album, the male person singing in that song says like, "Release your job, release your stress, release your trade, release the," and I feel like there's been a couple of times this year where like I've heard that song, and it's kind of been like it like hit me like a little bit like a. I'm sorry, the computer's on the bed and I keep shaking against it, but it's like I have felt it. Like I've felt that sort of a thing. Sorry, my friend's wigs are all in the back of the store, and it looks like a fucking nightmare. I just said a really bad word. I'm so sorry. But it's New Year's Eve, everybody. Sorry about that. No, but I feel like I'm really bad about letting things go. Like I can't I will stick with projects and things that I think projects, things that I think I can solve. Um like it's hope, right? I've been watching a lot more of Doctor Who because the Ncuti Gatwa stuff and the David Tennant seasons. Like I really have enjoyed that, and I've watched the rest of like 12th Doctor, and a lot of his like last season of that show is about hope and about how dangerous hope can be and how painful hope can be. And I think hope is one of those things where it is just such a overwhelmingly incredible emotion because it is both positive and negative. And but you're somebody you can get lost in it. You can hope that some people will change. You can hope that some scenarios will change. You can hope that the things you put into it will give back to you. You can hope and hope and hope because hope is the thing that you assign when the algorithm, when the equation, when those things aren't quite working out the way they should be. Hope is that middle piece that for some reason makes it work. Hope is the miracle. Hope is this thing, is this light, is this warmth, but it can also be this cold. It can be this whole thing. And I just feel like sometimes there's a thing like I am guilty for 100%. And the reason why I do these videos and talk the way I do is because I'm not an expert, I'm not whatever, but I want you to know how I am, and I am hopeful to a fault. I hold on to things to a fault. I hope like, because I think, well, if I can just figure out this problem, if I can just hone in on this, I can do it. I can do this, and I can make it work no matter what. Like I can take the broken dish and put it back together. And sometimes there is a piece missing and you cannot put it back together. But I hope that I can figure out how to do it. And sometimes you have to say, like, I can't do it. You know what I mean? Like, and we are only on this rock and this planet for so little amount of time that sometimes like hope can be beautiful and sometimes hope can also be a disaster. And I'm not saying like this is anything about hope, but I'm just saying like there's that moment where you have to say, I cannot do this. I have to accept this. I have to release this problem, right? And I think that's my thing is that I need to learn to release. I need to learn to live and let go. I need to be able to release the stress, release the release the thing, and I don't owe anyone my life. I don't owe anybody, and it's just about that sort of like release your obligation, release these things. I want to dig down even deeper and be like, just emotionally release, stop corking up who you are, release it, let you be your most honest and open self. And I'm not good at that. I'm not good at that. And that's the thing why I want release to be my word is I am really bad about being my true self because it's I have arrested development. There's no question about that. Like, and I don't know how to release sometimes and just be like just. And I don't want to bring it back to Doctor Who, but literally that like Christmas special of the Ncuti Gatwa and the I don't know the other girl's name, Ruby Road, Ruby. Wait, is her name Ruby Road? Ruby. Yeah. No, it's Ruby Road, I think. I don't know, whatever. The new girl and the new doctor, but their whole thing is like it kind of starts and he's like just dancing in the club. but it's like a continuation of this other season where he's like kind of let go a lot of this like trauma and been able to live. And I'm kind of like, you know what? This is like super beautiful. Like, this is really beautiful. Like, if people can let go of their like prejudices and stereotypes and everything, the baggage they hold, and just really watch for what this is and be like, my God, this idea, this permeating idea of just being like, you're just laughing and loving and dancing and being who you want to be and who you're meant to be, like, you can do it, and but maybe sometimes it's hard, maybe sometimes you can't, and this is what's beautiful about all of you and this thing that we do here, is that maybe sometimes we need things like this. Maybe we need this weird internet YouTube channel. Maybe we need each other, strangers who've never met. Maybe we just need people to help us push and nudge us in that right direction. So I just, that for me, I think that's that word, release. I want to release a lot of this toxic stuff. I want to be able to end my day and not feel like I'll hold on to things. I want to be able to release. I want to release this like guilt I feel about stuff, like not spending enough time with things, not being able to get to places, not being able to do this. Like, it starts to feel like a lint roller, and like an emotional lint roller. And at some point, you just have to let it go. Just like, so for me, release is my word. And I hope that all of you out there can sit and think about that, because I don't want anyone to feel bad. Like, I don't want any of you to feel like, oh, well, I had this sorry, I pulled the derma shield off my tattoo today, so my leg is a little sensitive. I don't want anyone out there to feel like you didn't do your New Year's resolution, so like, get down on yourself. This is not the way we want to start 2024. Whether that happens in February or March or April, whatever. F that. Like, no. So that's why I'm like, you know what? Think about at the core what you're trying to do with that resolution, and turn that into your 2024 thing, right? So it's great. You know what I mean? Erica is in this chat right now. I see her over here. And I've had a couple of people, at work be like, oh, and Erica, and she's not. And I always say, one of the things I admire most about Erica, I mean, Erica is very young. And we are very different, obviously. Like, but we also similar in many ways. Um, and I like Erica, and you know what I admire about her is that knows she knew a thing that brought her joy, and she went for it. And I find that to be such an admirable trait. And whether, what I mean, whether it works out or doesn't work out, at least when she goes to bed, in 10 years, 20 years, whatever, she is going to be able to say, I did that thing that I wanted to do at that time. And I feel better about doing it. And I think that's such a beautiful, I, I admire that, because I think that's such a beautiful thing that anybody could take that message and do that. It's easier said than done. And some people might be like, oh, it's silly or it's foolish, or you left this thing and you did that thing. And sometimes I'm like, you know what? Time is short. And we we only have these people that we've been able to learn and meet and love and know for so long. And I think if there's a thing that calls to your heart, I think that you need to do it. And it is easier said than done. So that's why I like doing these things, because I feel like we're all just our own own therapy group here, which is a beautiful thing, an absolutely fucking gorgeous thing. And I've said now the bad word twice, but um I just think I just think there's some moments in life where we could just take a second, and instead of being judgmental and so whatever, and just being like, take a beat and be like, what are they trying to do? That's why I love this word thing. That's why I love, like, instead of a resolution, it's kind of like, what's the core of what you're trying to change or what you're trying to achieve? And and some people it's change. Some people it's finding a thing. It's finding love. It's finding renewal or whatever. And I just think that you know I just think it's kind of like, let's get to the core of the things we want to change and figure out why we want to change them and how we can help each other, like, lift each other. So it's about 10 minutes away from midnight on the East Coast because it is 10:50 here. So I don't want to keep this going too long because I know people have their traditions. They want to watch the ball drop or whatever. And I know the quality of this wasn't great because literally I'm broadcasting from my computer. So the sound wasn't great. The quality wasn't great video wise, but it was very important for me to come in here and just say thank you so much for so many of you out there for just being the most incredible cheerleaders and just for really being sort of the foundation of my bridge, the suspension of my bridge. I don't know. I mean, if there's one of you or if there's 1,000 of you or if there are none of you, like, it is still one of those things, like, I just cannot put into words what it means to me, and I wanted to make sure that before the end of 2023 that I said I really did express my love and gratitude for all of you so much, and that um I'm just trying to figure out who I am. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do. I'm just trying to figure out how we exist together on this thing, and all of you really are just absolutely wonderful people to be a part of this with. So I hope that you are all having absolutely incredible New Year celebrations. I hope that 2024 brings you anything that you are looking for, a prosperous and everything like that. I've been trying to watch your chat on the side. It has been going so fast. I really appreciate all of you that were able to pop in here and say hi and send all these wonderful messages of love and everything like that. And absolutely, I wish you all just the most prosperous, wonderful New Year's that you could possibly have. And just say, I look forward to doing this more and more in 2024. And thank you. I cannot say thank you enough, and I cannot say it eloquently enough. But thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you are in the Milwaukee area and you have watched this far into this video, on January 2nd, which is Tuesday, January 2nd of 2024, I'm hopefully going to be doing a meetup in Milwaukee area. So pay attention to my Instagram, which is RYNO1185 on Instagram. I'm going to post about that, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be, oh my gosh, hold on one second. I actually don't know where my phone is because I was going to tell you it. I originally was going to do this other brewery, but I found out about a brewery today, and of course my watch died, so I have no idea where my phone actually is. It's Project something. It's called Project something. Hold on. You know what? Hold on. Project something brewery, Milwaukee. I just have to double. It's called Pilot Project. It's in downtown Milwaukee. I'm going to do a meetup, I think, from 6 to 7:30. It's a gorgeous space, beautiful, wide open. Some great beers. It's a sangria beer. It's pretty interesting. I was thinking about doing the meetup there. Kelly, you got it in the chat here. You're right. Lori, all the Corks, wonderful human beings. I'm thinking about doing it there because I just went there today. They have food, they have beer, they have non-alcoholic drinks there. I felt like it was a pretty central location too. Not bad. So if you are around um January, what did I just say? January 2nd, like 6 to 7:30. I'm going to double check to make sure they're open. So just double check my Instagram social media, but I just wanted to put it out there on YouTube too. So the YouTube thing is telling me there's going to be an ad in a second. So I'm going to finish this up right now before we're done. Thank you, everybody. Go watch your Dick Clark's Rockin' Eve. I'm going to go downstairs to watch that now. You've got about 6 or 7 minutes till that starts. You are incredible people. Thank you for this. I hope that you all pick a wonderful word that guides you through the new year. And that's just my little tradition. And I wanted to share it all to you. But thank you so much for your support. Thank you for everything. Sorry for the quality of this video. You're incredible human beings. Happy New Year, everybody. Stay safe. And I love you all. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.